What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we have got more wonderful news concerning the Digimon trading card game. Now, rumours persist about an English release, and honestly, we don't know. We do not know if there's going to be an English release. No, an English release has not been confirmed. But they do have an English website. Now, they've had an English website for a little while. n.digimoncard.com compared to the Japanese website, which is just digimoncard.com. Now, you'll notice, I have got this translated at the moment, we're translating it into English, and you will notice that all of these stories going along the top on the Japanese website, they are in Japanese, shockingly enough, and on the English website, they are in English. This isn't Google Translate. Google Translate will translate the text, but it will not translate things of this nature. I.e., it will translate this, but it won't translate these topics. Sad face. This is actually somebody over at Bandai, or a company that has been contracted by Bandai, making an English version of the website. Now, some things aren't perfect. For instance, the Digimon card game teaching app is now available. Technically, that's true. But if we click on it, unfortunately, there are links to get it on both Google Play and the Apple Store. We are talking Japanese links. It is the Apple Store over in Japan, and it is Google Play in Japan. So unfortunately, and there are ways to figure this out, but that's still not been released in English. That's a little bit sad. But the website has been translated. There is a How to Play movie, and would you believe it, this How to Play movie comes with subtitles enabled automatically. Now, is it perfect? No. There's typos and all of that. But the fact of the matter is, they are playing it with subs when you log in, which incidentally does not happen on the Japanese website. When we go to the Japanese website and we play the movie, we've got a different movie playing, and it's not translated, and it's just in Japanese. Cool one, by the way. Love it. But the point is, they're actually doing that now. That's a good thing. They've got lots of translations going on. It's telling us about the second set. When we click on the second set, it's got the to be on sale on July the 22nd, 2020, Wednesday. No, the language is not perfect here, but it is an English version of the site. It is not a Google translated version of the site. Also, as a side note, we are talking 1 month and 6 days until all 112 new cards are released. If we go by the previous set, we can assume that the entire set will be leaked onto the Japanese website. I say leaked, really put on the Japanese website 1 week before the release date. That makes it July the 15th, which is 4 weeks tomorrow. So I think it is very, very fair to assume that we are going to be getting... I think it's fair to assume that we are going to be getting official reveals of these cards in the next few days. I really do think maybe this Wednesday or this Friday, they will start actually showing off some of these cards. I would say Friday, but the official release date for this is on a Wednesday as opposed to a Friday, so they might be switching everything up to Wednesdays. Either way, you should expect to have some cards being leaked over the next few days, week at the most, I would say. And I will be bringing you all them as we go. Now, this has been here for a little while, but there is something particular that has been brought to my attention today, and I do need to give a shout out to the lovely Scott Sedman from the London Players Guild for messaging me today, making sure I knew this. If we go over to the card list, and we'll do it on both the websites, we see something very, very interesting. The cards are still in Japanese. The cards have not been printed in English. All the cards are Japanese. But they've been translated. So if we have a look at Muchomon on the Japanese website, you'll notice that we've actually got slightly different translations. It's still Muchomon, but whereas the Google translated Japanese website says growing period, whereas it should say rookie, bearing in mind we know level 3s are called rookies. We did look at the English manual that they revealed the other day. I'll pop a link to that in the description. So they fixed the language. Attribute data type rather than data. Type avian rather than bird type. They're actually using the proper terms from the English rulebook, and they've given us a proper translation. This is Google Translate. Google Translate is not the same. Now, one Digimon that I had a bit of a problem with, I had to hit up my lovely friend Ian Elliott, was Loda Leomon. Because when you go over to the Japanese site and you click on Loda Leomon, you get this, which is kind of awkward. And I googled it and I didn't find it. Oh, look, now it's been translated and given the proper name. That's kind of ridiculously awesome, ladies and gentlemen. That is kind of ridiculously awesome. Somebody has actually gone and translated the cards. This isn't Google Translate. It's gone to machine rather than machine type, vaccine rather than vaccine species, ultimate rather than perfect body. Again, we know the level 5s are called ultimate from the English manual we were shown, the English rulebook. Somebody over at Bandai or a company contracted by Bandai has actually gone and spent time and effort and been paid, presumably, to translate these cards. And that's kind of awkward. If we have a look at Sesamon here, again, form is champion. It's a level 4 rather than maturity. And they've taken away the species and type, which don't need to be there. But if we have a look at the language, this Digimon can't be deleted in battles against security Digimon, as opposed to this Digimon will not disappear in battle with security Digimon. The language has been cleared up. Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of the fact they haven't put Jammer on there. That seems like an oversight as far as I'm concerned. But, hey-ho, it's still a fantastic, fantastic sign. Also, they appear to have misspelled Digivolve, which is maybe slightly sad. But the point is, they've actually got proper translations. On play, you play one Tinkermon from your hand or recycle bin without paying its memory cost. Here's the deal. These aren't perfect. There are little typos here and there. But they've actually been translated. This is huge, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't overlook how huge this is. Now, once again, nobody is saying that there is an official English version of the card game coming. Until we either have an announcement or see official English cards, assume it's not happening. Now, I strongly believe that it will. I've been pretty clear about that on my videos. I believe that it's happening. I've heard whispers, but again, nothing I can hang my hat on. But these are good signs. These are really good signs. Jagamon. When you're attacking, you reveal 3 cards on the top of your deck. You can Digivolve this card into 1 level 6 green Digimon among them without paying its memory costs. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. And all of a sudden, you can make sense of this. I mean, one of the cool things, of course, is that somebody who is not fluent in Japanese and doesn't already know the game is going to be able to make sense. Open 3 cards on the top of your deck. You can evolve it into a green level 6 Digimon card in it without paying the cost from this Digimon. You pretty much get what it's going for, but it's not perfect. They fixed it, ladies and gentlemen. Not perfect again. They've still left some typos and all in. This is good. Now, of course, some people have suggested, and I think this is probably fair, some people have suggested, well, hang on a second, Wassy. Does this really mean there's an English version coming? Surely here, we could just be seeing them making English translations for people who want to play with Japanese cards. I don't buy that argument. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't buy the argument of a Japanese company that's making Japanese cards is going to make an English version of the website, an English version of the rulebook, and go and translate all of the cards, bearing in mind you can get a workable translation with Google Translate, just to help out people that have to play with Japanese cards anyway. I cannot be the only one that thinks that doesn't make a huge amount of sense. Bearing in mind, when people are doing these translations, it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes money. Maybe somebody did this for free out of the goodness of their heart, but I doubt it. The overwhelming likelihood is either somebody already on Bandai's payroll did it, but then they're being paid and doing this instead of their regular job, or what is far more likely is they contracted somebody to go and do this. Why would you do that if you weren't planning an English release? Now, maybe they're just trying to gauge interest from countries outside of Japan. Maybe they're putting up these English translations to see how popular the English website will be. As a side note, if you want to increase the chances of getting an English version of this card game, go to this website and start flicking around. Get the viewing numbers up on the English version of the website. That will tell Bandai we want this game. But I'm sorry, I do not buy the argument of, they're not planning an English release. They've just made an English language rulebook and an English language section of the English language website where they've officially translated all of the cards into the English language, just so that people playing with Japanese cards can have them in English if they want. Maybe. I just don't think that makes a huge amount of sense. Again, no, this does not guarantee an English version is coming, but I think it drastically increases our chances. I'm still on the record. I'm happy to go on the record again as saying I do believe we will get an English version. Will it happen in the next 5 minutes? No. We're going to be a couple sets behind if we're lucky. If we get set 1 when they get set 3, that would be a phenomenal win. We're looking at November for that, but there is no guarantee for now. It's not been announced. So frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited, and I think you should be excited too. I am optimistic, and I think that you should be optimistic too. No, there is no confirmation. I feel the need to say that quite a lot because I get a lot of questions. Oh, does that mean it's confirmed now? I wish it was. You are going to get one happy Wassy making a happy Wassy video if this does actually get confirmed. As it stands at the moment, I'm excited. I'm really genuinely excited. But I'd like to know what you think. Do you think this means we're getting an English version of the game? Or do you think there is some other reason they've gone and done this? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy. And that's where we talk about Digimon and a whole bunch of other games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, all kinds of fun stuff. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassy Plays.